This is a presentation by Brian, Joel, and Isaac. Manufacture of biogas. Biogas is produced by anaerobic digestion or fermentation of biodegradable materials such as manure. Biogas is formed by the breakdown of organic matter in the absence of oxygen. Biogas can also be manufactured by using a biogas plant. A biogas plant is an anaerobic digester that produces biogas from animal waste or energy crops. This short video shows how a biogas plant works.
Conventional fossil fuel combustion causes almost 36 billion tons of CO2 each year. In addition, more than 600 tons of methane is emitted, substances that will further disrupt our planet's delicate ecological balance. There is a limited availability of fossil fuels, yet dependency on imports is rising. The future lies in alternative energy sources. Most importantly, the generation of clean and yet highly efficient energy from organic substrates, agro waste, and animal manure. We're referring to biogas, the energy source for the next century. With more than 30 years of experience in biogas generation, the Austrian company AAT designs, develops, manufactures, and sells biogas plants catering to specific customer needs. They are renowned for the highest quality standards, combined with maximum performance. AAT actively participates in international research projects. The expertise gained is immediately applied to new projects. AAT biogas plants are highly flexible and can treat all manner of substrates, such as energy crops, manure, production, or organic waste. The choice of the appropriate medium fitting to the location, as well as professional storing, ensure a high gas yield. Maize silage is a perfect energy source for biogas production. Depending on the substrate, feeding of the plant is carried out with a pump or conveyor technique. Solids are fed to the so-called digester, the heart of every biogas plant, with a screw conveyor. The efficiency of the plant, and therefore the energy generation, can be maximized by creating perfect processing conditions. The elaborate interaction of AAT mixing technique and process control is essential in meeting this target. AAT plants have special maintenance installations so that any necessary maintenance work can be done safely, quickly, and easily. The double membrane gas storage can withstand high winds and even heavy snow loads. Regarding pumping technology, short piping configurations, large cross-sections, and easy accessibility to all parts of the plant are important for a trouble-free operation. The generated heat can be used to heat livestock shelters or greenhouses, supplied to local heat providers networks, drying plants, or utilized for cooling. To reduce storage needs, the fermentation sludge is dehydrated. The leftover solids are a first-class odorless fertilizer and are returned to the soil. Therefore, biogas plants also reduce the need for mineral fertilizers. Liquids can be sprayed optimally onto the fields with a dribble bar. This reduces the loss of nutritional value and also minimizes odor nuisance in residential areas. A 12-cylinder 600 kilowatt gas motor transforms biogas into clean electricity. A middle-sized generator of this size can fulfill the power requirements of 1,100 households. During maintenance or when the aggregate is off service, the gas flare is lit automatically. This ensures that no climate-harming methane is released. Biogas is the most efficient biogenetic fuel. The crop yield of 1 hectare of maize is sufficient to power a mid-sized car 70,000 kilometers. Compared to fossil fuel, it reduces toxic emissions by up to 80%. The amount of CO2 that is set free during the utilization of biogas equals the amount that the plants absorb during their growth. A healthy cycle in terms of our environment. The multi-talented biogas delivers CO2 neutral electricity, heat, fuel, and fertilizer from waste, manure, or organic substrates. It is a new source of income for the agricultural sector and strengthens the local economy with new jobs.
This slide shows a summary of the biogas plant. As you can see, we get waste products from the crops, sewage, and animal waste that are fed into the simple structure of the biogas generator that gives us the biogas, and at the end is used for the different things. This slide shows a much bigger biogas generator at an industrial level that will get all the waste from the sewage and fields and animal waste, and then the biogas will be transferred by the big trucks to petrol stations. In my discussion, I'll focus on a comparison of biogas as a fuel to petroleum, to the liquefied petroleum gas. Biogas is used for cooking. It can also be converted to electricity, and it also gives out heat. The waste products are used for fertilizers. When biogas is going to be used for fuel in vehicles, it must be cleaned. To clean it, components like carbon dioxide, water, and others are removed, and it's compressed to be liquefied. Since in the new inventions, cars have been made to be able to convert diesel and biogas, because biogas has a low energy support. This slide shows biogas cylinders in the car that the liquefied petroleum gas is abbreviated as LPG gas. This is a mixture of propane and butane. It easily vaporizes because its boiling point is low at negative 42 degrees Celsius. It's made from refining petroleum or natural gas. It's more dense than air. That means it can displace oxygen easily. It's highly explosive, and is 1 to 3% of every natural gas that is drawn, and 3% of every crude oil that is refined. LPG gas as a fuel, it has got a much more it has got a lower consumption compared to the petrol. Therefore, the governments have decided to impose more taxes on it, so that petroleum fuel consumption can also be taken into consideration. And nowadays, the statistics show that there has been a rise in the number of cars that use liquefied petroleum gas. This chart shows the number of cars that use LPG gas by 1999 to 2001, with Australia being the leading, Holland, USA, Japan, France, Belgium, and UK. I'll compare biogas to LPG gas. Biogas is more beneficial because it emits less particles of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and others. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas that contributes to the global warming. Therefore, that makes biogas a better fuel than LPG gas. LPG gas would require a lot of investment, and this would increase the country's budget because since it's got from refining crude oil, that means that most countries can't easily acquire it. They can't. It can't be produced locally. LPG gas being heavier than air, there are more chances of leakage, and this might lead to explosions that lead to death since it's highly explosive. The benefits of using biogas over LPG gas, in brief, there are less emissions. It has got less unpleasant smell. There is an increase in employment in the agriculture sector since the waste products and the animal waste are used to make the biogas. There is less fuel import since it's made locally, less chances of methane leaking since it's less dense than air. It keeps our environment in a good shape and clean because all the wastes are reused to give us the fuel.
Benefits of biogas. Biogas provides non-polluting and renewable source of energy. That is to say, biogas burns clean and it's formed by efficient way of energy conservation saves fuel. Since biogas is renewable and forests are needed for the Earth's energy. Reduce pollution from use of firewood. Firewood produces a lot of soot which pollutes the environment. Lung cancer from smoke in the kitchen. Lung cancer from smoke in the kitchen. A number of people have died due to the smoke produced from firewood. Does not produce enough soot. Since biogas burns clearly, it does not produce soot that makes your house dirty or environment. Leads to employment and generation in rural areas. Biogas companies have increased job opportunities in rural areas. Lower transportation costs and reliability because of distributed production. It is a good substitute for non-renewable fossil fuels. Like fossil fuels are getting used up quickly over the years, and it takes centuries for them to like reform again. Yet biogas is renewable and easy to form. Conservation of natural organic waste into fertilizer that boosts plant growth. The technology is cheaper and easy to use, easy to produce biogas, and biodegradable matter can be used as a substrate. Anaerobic digestion inactivates pathogens and parasites, and it is quite effective in reducing the incidence of waterborne diseases. Environmental benefits on a global scale: biogas plants significantly lower the gas effects on the Earth's atmosphere. The plants lower methane emissions by entrapping the harmful gas and using it as fuel. Biogas as a fuel can be used to produce heat, power, and vehicle fuel. Compared to diesel, biogas emits 80% less hydrocarbons, and 60% less nitrogen oxides. When biogas is burnt, concentration of particles and dust is small, and it is unlimited supply. Yeah, thank you for watching.